Hi guys, just decided to do a little tour of my fish tanks. My first one here, I have some white mollies, some green swordtails, and some various other assorted fish. This is my more like a Blackwater tank. The driftwood here I found in one of our local lakes. Sterilized it, soaked it, and now I'm using it, and it doesn't seem to hurt the fish at all. On my second tank here with some guppies, various different kinds of assorted guppies, and the driftwood, actually I found a tree that had fallen, and I cut the roots, dried it, soaked it, cleaned it, washed it, sterilized it, and now I'm using it. I was afraid there would be some problems with slime or whatnot, but it actually turned out pretty good, in my opinion. Here I have a little tank with some betas. I initially thought that betas had to live one-on-one or in a bigger tank, but apparently if you buy the ones that have been together since babies, they do not fight. Yeah, nothing special, just ordinary betas. Here, my newest experiment project. I'm trying to raise some tubifex worms to have them breed. Not sure how that'll turn out, but hopefully it will be a success. Here, onto my biggest tank of all. Not sure how many gallons it is, but you can kind of see for yourself. You have a sorted array of different kinds of fish, some dollars, some forktail swordtails, some Cuban swordtails, and various other kinds. Here I have some, I believe they're called parrotfish. They're hiding at the moment. I previously had a different couple that bred twice, and it's very fun to watch them because they both take care of the little baby fish, and it's fun. But this is my another couple that I put together. Hopefully it will succeed. And my shrimp tank, mostly cherry shrimp, some other kinds, and a crawdad. It's a pygmy, that's all I know, just a pygmy crawdad. Mostly eats greens, does not hurt fish or crawdads unless they're dead. Then he cleans them up. And now on to some other tanks. Here I have some killifish. Initially when I got them, the guy said these are Apheus Simeon Gardner, but I'm not sure. I think they might have crossbred with something else before, because they do have a bit of yellow to them. So I'm not sure for sure if these are purebred or not. Here I have a little caviar mop. That's where they breed. Then I put the caviar into an ice tray. Let me take the glass off here. You can see some of the fish eggs here. The reason I use an ice tray is because if one batch goes bad, you just throw away that little bit of eggs that I have, and the rest are fine. And I also use some methylene blue to also preserve the eggs. Yeah. And here I have a 3-liter glass jar. That's where I keep the little babies. Yeah, they're so small you can't really see them, but they are there. I initially didn't plan on working with amphibians, but I saw this axolotl and I'm like, I want to try this out. So I got the axolotl and I got a newt right there. The way that these guys are different is they require cold water. So that's why I have an open-topped tank. and I have a filter constantly running water to cool it down a bit. And right now it's mid-April, so it's not that big of a problem. It's not too hot here in Avdiivka, in Donetsk area of Ukraine, so they're actually feeling pretty well. In the summer, that's when I'm going to have to work a little harder to keep the water colder. And I have some frogs. Yes, I understand the water needs to be changed, and I'm planning on doing it today. And another thing, I have these 2 tanks here. That's where I usually breed my livebearers. So when I see that they're about ready to give birth, I throw them in one of these tanks. This one has some crawdads in it at the moment, but I'm going to get rid of those pretty soon here. But actually, an interesting thing is, if you run out of containers to breed your livebearers in, you can actually take a large jar like this, put some clean, warmer water from one of your other aquariums. I usually use this one. It's the biggest one and the one that can spare water. Throw that in there, throw some plants that float on the top. I usually do it in the evening when the livebearer, in my opinion, is about to give birth. And usually within on the next morning or in 1-2 days, the fish will give birth. And that way you just get rid of the fish and put the babies in a different aquarium. And this is basically the tank where I keep the little baby fish, my live breeders. I have some Santa Claus swordtails. I have some Mickey Mouse platies. I have some green swordtails in here, and some other ones, some guppies, and several other kinds. Some fork-tail swordtails as well. It's nice to keep them in a separate tank like this if you can, because nobody will hurt them. And the shrimp that I have here somewhere, they don't hurt them either. They're bigger shrimp, but they mostly feed on green stuff. Interesting thing, this tank here, it's a bigger tank. I had actually found it, somebody had tossed it out because 2 of the glasses to the edges are cracked and they leak. I did not have any experience gluing together aquariums, but I thought, oh, this will work to make a terrarium or a half water, half land one. But apparently, yeah, I use it for something different. I have some killifish here. Not sure what kind they are, but the specific of this fish is they need shallow water, but a lot of surface area up top. So this tank worked out great. And right here, this is actually a Soviet era aquarium. I did not like it. I did not like it for the reason that it goes green so fast. But that's exactly what you need to raise Daphnia, which is what I'm trying right now. Put it out here on the balcony, and it's actually working out pretty great so far. I had not put any Daphnia in there yet, but that's, according to the videos on YouTube, that's what it's supposed to look like before you let Daphnia in. It's supposed to be very, very green. And here in my kitchen, these are the parents of some of the baby fish you saw. My Santa Claus swordtails, my Mickey Mouse platies. I prefer to keep them in a separate tank like this so they do not crossbreed with others of their species. Oh, just found out there's little baby fish there that I had not taken out. So yeah, like I said, usually when I see them right about to give birth, I put them in a separate tank with some clean water, some warm, clean water, and they seem to breed the next morning or within 24-36 hours. And I have some land snails here. The big guys are chomping up on some cucumber right now. That's about it, guys. I have about 17 or up to 20 tanks, including jars and all that, with fish in them at the moment. Hope you enjoyed it, because I certainly do enjoy working with fish.